Swim, bike, run, keeping it real with Garrick, Lowen, Jackson, Laundry, and Nicholas Chase. Plus everyone's favorite host, Lisa Becker-Rice. This is the Real Triathlon Podcast. Training, racing, no filter, all hard.
Welcome back to the Real Triathlon Podcast. It is myself, Nicholas Chase, Lisa Becker-Rice, a.k.a. Lisa Bet Your Ass, and Jackson needs to do his laundry.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome back to the show. It's been, what did we do last week? I think we had a good show. We got some good comments, good flow. I think it was a good hangout. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's what people want. They just want us hanging out and talking and being like, what's going on these days in life? So everyone should just say right now, what's going on in your life real quick, all of us, because our fans love us. And we, honestly, this is when we catch up each week. So we kind of have to just catch up with each other a little bit.
Yeah. Like everyone gets to bear witness to us hanging out.
Just give me a fly on the wall.
All right, Lisa first. You got your photo issues. We want to hear how they're going. What's up?
All right. Well, let's see. I was sick last week. Last week on the podcast, I was like, I think I'm going to get sick. And then I did get sick, and I was pretty much down and out for like 3 days. I took a full day off, and 2 other days I just spun easy. And then I rode like 3 hours for like 3 days in a row, which was nice. Just aerobic, just getting back into the swing of things, because now winter's hitting Colorado, but like last week was beautiful. It's been beautiful all freaking winter. Nick, you're getting the same winter I am. Like we're just like living the dream.
True that.
And yeah, it's pretty much just like maybe some lingering congestion here and there, but I've been able to like knock out 2 bike workouts yesterday and today. One on the trainer, Jackson, because It's cold and windy, gale force winds. And got outside today. We'll probably have to be inside the rest of the week, which is a bummer. Other than that, I am 2.5 weeks down of no running into this stress reaction in my foot. I'm assuming right now it's probably going to be at least 4 weeks in no running. So maybe another 1.5 weeks before I can start easing into it. Just optimistically, we thought like maybe 3 weeks we could start pushing it, but I still like feel the feels in my foot. It's never hurt. I've just always felt it and it's got sore. So I think we're kind of playing the safe game and don't want to like screw up the whole season. So might just screw up the beginning of the part of the season.
So Oceanside, no Oceanside.
I'm probably no Oceanside, which is a big bummer because it's literally like my 2 favorite races of the year are like 3-4 weeks apart. Oceanside and St. Anthony's.
The St. Anthony's after though.
Yeah, it's a month after. So tentatively that's what I'm going to target, because I don't think it would make sense, even if I could run maybe in like a 1.5 weeks, to like try to hammer out 4 weeks of running and then potentially hurt myself at Oceanside.
Don't do it.
I know, but I'm so sad because I freaking love that race and I'm ready to F some bees up.
Well, you can take that energy into your next training block in a few weeks when you're healthy and go for it. So I
know. I'm just like, honestly, my mindset right now is like, I just need to get back to being like an animal on the bike. So that's my mindset. And I'm getting really excited because I really want to focus on TT Pro Nationals this year, which is mid-June. I did it last year for the first time, and I really want to give it like a good crack. See if I can hold over 300 watts for like 40 something minutes.
Maybe if you go to the Olympics for that.
I know, but the US is too good. I need to be in like a worse country for that.
Just probably take you in if you want to apply and be a Canadian. You might be able to make it. I don't know. I'm assuming we don't have as strong of a TT contingent.
I think it's just Paula. Paula Finley's been like the national champ the past few years or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's like some weird selection criteria too, with like the road and the road stuff that like they
because they have to overlap, right? And they can't bring separate athletes for everything. So it's a bit of
we got so many good people in the US, but I mean, might as well just like try, see how close I can get.
You should try. You should do it.
Yeah, especially after watching all these freaking Winter Olympics. I'm like, I don't know why I'm not a professional snowboarder, is what I've learned from this.
Have you seen how many times they have to flip and how many hundreds of feet they're in the air? It's
ridiculous. Like, oh, they're doing the ski jump. Oh, look, they went 100 meters. in the air.
Yeah.
And they
by the
crashed
way,
on their like neck, and they got up and like skied away.
and they they did a 2180. Like they just spun 13 times triple cork. Like I watched the one last night with the big air competition with the men's team. Like, how did that Norwegian dude win? First off, like the two American guys.
Because his butter, he had good butter. Like
that butter's new for me. I didn't even know about butter. Anyways,
the smooth landings.
No, it's the complete opposite. So you put a piece of toast on the end of the jump, and basically you're using your ski as you get to the end of the jump to swipe the butter across the toast, and then you have to basically land when your ski exits the jump, it has to be completely turned around the other way, butter style.
Yeah, it's like you like spinning before you get off the jump. Yeah,
the guy's butter, I guess. Anyways, let's move on. Olympics have been great. Jackson, what's been going on with you?
Nice. So yeah, I've been feeling great. I'm stoked to just have my energy back, my training back, my capacity to recover and eat food and go to the bathroom and not expect liquids. And
ooh,
that's nice. So yeah, it's been great. A little bit of breaking news on my front. I talked to my coach today, and I'm not going to be doing Texas.
No Texas.
Just because I know Nick's hearing this for the first time. He's like, well, we were supposed to hang out, but anyways.
No, I don't count on you for anything anymore. That's my rule.
Yeah. So basically the decision was based around timing of what a season would look like for me. That's ideal, where every year I say, oh, I'm going to not do 10 to 12 races. And then I just do it. And then every year I'm like, if I did a couple less races and I, really geared up a little bit better for each one, I think I could do a lot better. And so there would be another situation where like, I kind of had some delays. I was sick. I haven't had the best January. Coming around in February and then having to be like ready to smash a full 2 months from now, I just don't think A is feasible. And maybe I could show up with B fitness, but it's a hot, humid race and I'm coming off winter. It's a flat course, doesn't really suit me. And it's going to be like a world championship level field. And so even if I had a solid day, it wouldn't be enough to really show me what I'm capable of in a full. So I think we're going to focus on a little bit more spaced out races. We can do Oceanside, then nothing till Chattanooga, which is 7 weeks.
Oh, do you want to come? Do you want to plan travel? We can travel together.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Nice.
Do it. It'd be great. And then another 4 weeks or so, and then probably either the Pennsylvania race, the Happy Valley, or Mont Tremblant, maybe both, but probably one or the other. And then Lake Placid as like the full in July. And that gives me good time to build up, have a great day, better course for me, and just actually kind of give myself a chance to do what I want to be able to do at the full distance. So that's the new goal.
I think it's a great idea, honestly. I think you're coming into what you've said you wanted to do for the past 2 years. So it should work out great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. And I'm not going to chase the Pro Series. I'll probably end up with either 3 or 4 races, or maybe even only 2, and just not really be too worried because I can't go chasing that again. Like that really screwed up my 2024, and I don't want to like do that again. So
yeah. And if you get a couple good scores, you can still get a couple extra $1,000 with like 3 or 4 halves and full type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if you want to nail a Pro Series, it's possible, but it's almost like an every other year where like if I was like, oh, I'm going to end my year in October this year and then have like a earlier off season, then I can build up and start early next year. Then you have like a longer 2027 and maybe you can go for it and space your races out enough. But when you're kind of getting a late start, there's no way to do it properly. So leave that one for another time.
Smart. We're getting smarter in our elder ages.
Yeah, I know. It's scary.
Shit.
All right. Nick, what have you done that's been smarter particle this week?
Well, my off season was lasted August till November, December. So I started early. I've been, this last 2 weeks, honestly, have been a bit of a lull in my ability to feel strong, transition the power numbers from camp to the triathlon bike. I had a couple good rides, and then I did not get sick. Okay. Didn't fully get sick, but I was fighting something off. And meanwhile, I ran a 4-day swim camp and it just absolutely tanked my energy. Not like, I mean, I just couldn't push anything above like 300 watts and feel like it was like my heart rate would be like 140 or not, like 130 at like 315 watts. And then I'd try to push like high watts and I would just blow up and feel like I was at 200 beats per minute. So the fatigue was high. Swim camp went great though. I really feel like based on the feedback, we did 2 days. We did a 2-day Thursday and a 2-day Friday, a lot of classroom, then pool, classroom, then pool, recapping underwater video stuff. I feel like it was one of the best swim camps I've ever really been part of. And I know some other coaches are doing similar stuff, but the feedback, the athletes changing their stroke, seeing it actually happen, it was really good. I think I'll do that almost every year. We'll do a Cozumel, a swim camp, and then maybe even a Tucson camp starting March next year. We're going to do a late season Tucson camp this year, but we'll probably bring that into March 1st. So anyways, it was a good overall success rate, but I was pretty tired. The weather was pretty okay. And now it's cold again. My right hip has still been pissed. So I've been getting...
Is that your broken hip or the opposite?
No, my left hip was the one I broke, and that one's been pretty anchored. And I did this like cool like 3D running thing where they measured my gait and put it on like an actual skeleton, and there was more sensors than I can even imagine than we need with accelerometers and muscle recruitment. It was like reading how hard my muscles were pushing on each side. My left side was a little delayed. It wasn't, launching and taking the impact the same. So there were some imbalances that I'm still working through. But my right hip flexor and psoas have just been so tight on the launch. If I'm running like 5:30 pace or 5:15 pace and I take a weird misstep or have a weird recruitment in the core, like once I get up to speed and the glutes and the hamstrings and everything are taking most of the progression of the speed, but that launch and build up to it, I have to be patient. So I've been running fast, but it's not been like a feel good, consistent fast. But it's gotten better, like 2% every week. So I'm going to just kind of keep on the healing program, shockwave therapy, just, ice baths and all that stuff, saunas. But that's it. Otherwise, team stuff, other company stuff, and just launched a new sweatshirt today that hopefully will pre-sell and make that worth it. So it's all good.
Is that an RTS or an Enduro or
It's a RTS sweater. I bought one of these really big oversized hoodies. Not this one that I'm wearing right now, but I was like, man, this thing is awesome. Like you can travel with it. It's just comfy. And it's like, we're going to oversized one. Yeah, Lisa put it on the screen, but the back, it's like a different type of logo we've never used. And the back of the shirt is like the same, but it's just like a cooler, chill vibe. So I think it's just like a more casual lifestyle type of thing. We'll probably only sell 50 of them. So it'll be limited run, see how it goes. So that's going to happen. Talked to our lawyers with the nonprofit today, see if we can get that started. Nonprofits are really difficult. They're tough to get going.
Got to make sure it's not a money laundering thing.
No, that's what she was talking.
That never happens ever.
Well, it was funny because all the questions they were asking, or our lawyer was asking, she's like asking these very kind of like sideline questions where I can tell she's trying to make sure we're not trying to do stuff like shady. And I was like, all right, at the end of the conversation, I was like, based on the question in the lineup, are most people trying to start nonprofits for like not good purposes? She's like, oh yeah, it happens all the time. And I was like, man, I just want to like give money away to people. That's it.
Yeah. I'm sure it happens, but now I'm sure she knows you're in it for the right reasons, because all you have to say is, I've been running this Real Tri Squad for so long and I don't even give myself a salary. So you know that I'm willing to work for just what makes me happy and makes people happy. And,
I am. But I think it's going to work out. So today's episode, we don't even really have a title. We just have a bunch of topics. So we'll come up with the title afterwards. But I really think there's a lot of cool stuff happening in the sport. We've been trying to stay relevant and take care of people and stay healthy and grow. And I think the next few years are going to see a lot of changes for the whole sport. But I mean, you've got 2 races coming up in New Zealand. You got Challenge Wanaka and then Ironman New Zealand the next weekend. And then there's a T100 race coming, right?
Gold Coast. I think it's in March.
Yeah.
Maybe?
So,
and
man, it's coming.
Its season is literally right around the corner.
And the Dallas Little Elm, Texas is the 70.3 starting point of the North American circuit, right? So
yeah,
that's in only another 2.5 weeks, I think, or 3. So yeah, it's coming up. Ironman New Zealand. There was a lot of talk about a massively competitive start list, and then it ended up being a lot lighter than
which one
in terms of depth.
Ironman New Zealand.
I don't know. It still seems pretty big. I mean, it's not like
it's like pretty stacked. I think like some really good talent is showing up, but it's not like you're not getting like this 50, 60 men, women on the starting line. So
have you guys signed up for your races yet that you want to go to? Because I don't know if they're going to sell out. I did Oceanside in Texas already. I'm going to do Gulf Coast next.
Gulf Coast just opened. Most of like the other ones aren't open yet. Like I checked the other day, like Chattanooga wasn't open yet.
Shell out another $1,000 for something.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm waiting on that Chattanooga to open up, and I'm going to be able to defer my Texas because I just let you all in that I'm not doing it. So that should pay for a couple halves. And yeah, I think the Texas Oceanside are the 2 that are really going to fill up. And then after those, I think there's not going to be quite as much of a rush.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think it's exciting. Season's coming up, and New Zealand will be. I'm really looking forward to seeing that because I think that's going to show us like what this new broadcast is supposedly going to be so great that they're investing in. And I was just listening to the Pro Tri News today, and they're like, new broadcast is going to be really awesome.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. So yeah, that's going to be cool. I'll be stoked to. Well, Ironman New Zealand, I guess, going to happen in the middle of the night, but we'll.
No. Aren't they like 20? Like I feel like the Mountain Standard Times they're like 20 hours ahead, so like technically they're like 4 hours behind. So they'll be like 2 hours.
Now, it's 5:23 where I am on Wednesday, and it's 1:23 p.m. in New Zealand. PM.
Oh, okay. So that's actually pretty good because then it'll be starting in like the mid morning or for me it'll be kind of early morning. It'll be all right. It'll be good. It'll be like midday.
Yeah, so you could like tune in and out. I'm excited to see how the 20-meter draft rules comes into play because that's the first time that we'll see it in an Ironman.
I bet they're going to just be so horny to hand out penalties for everything. They'll be like, "You pros, you got this 20-meter. You got together, did you? And you said you wanted it. Well, now what? You're going to own up to this 20 meters, or we're going to penalize you."
Penalize?
Well, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see because. The people who really are going to want to stick with someone that's like stronger than them, they're going to notice that, damn, it's pretty hard to do that without cheating. Cause like 20-meter, you don't get a lot. You really don't. Yeah. So you're going to have the odd person pushing the boundaries more to get into that like 15 zone. And then I think for the most people, they're going to be like, oh, I don't really care if I'm at blue or not. Cause the draft is like pretty small anyway. So
yeah,
it's going to be a bit more polarizing, I think, but exciting for those races. Yeah, PTO acquires challenge. That's next on the list, which I didn't write. I'll just say it.
I put that up there just because I thought it was like interesting, and it's like now what? PTO had like totally evaporated like as an organization, and now they're like, nope, we're going to use PTO to buy that, and T100 is going to be its own series, and I don't know, maybe.
I don't know why they didn't ask us because we're part of the PTO and we're athlete own thing. So I don't know why they didn't ask us if we should buy it.
Hey guys, we all own a stake in challenge now. Congratulations.
0.000%.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to affect anything or how it will. I think this is one of those more things that's like on the business side. It matters to people at challenge and PTO, but I don't know how much it really matters to everybody else.
I think they needed a way to make money.
Yeah.
So they're like, we got to buy a race organization, folks. Ironman ain't going to sell.
Yeah.
Well, they
already tried
that.
Are for sale already for a while. They wanted someone to acquire them.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, Challenge still is kind of talking to me a little bit about some race stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't think a ton will happen this year, but probably a lot will start to develop and I don't know, next year. But for us in North America, challenge just really isn't much of a thing. We have 0 challenge races in North America. Well, or maybe there was one in Quebec. But there was a pro race and then they got rid of that.
That's like the biggest thing with challenge. They're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. We got it planned. Nope, cancel. Not doing that part.
I mean, we've been in triathlon long enough that we've seen a lot of brands like come and go and be like, yeah, this is going to be like, we love the pros, like Clash, for example, like they were hyping up all the pros and now there's no pro races. Clash doesn't have any pro races.
Well, then they realize like, oh, pro racing doesn't deliver any additional revenue. It only costs you money. Oh, no way. Didn't know that.
I think it can deliver additional revenue if done in the right way.
I don't think
not how they were doing it.
The only reason why it works for Ironman is because we pay for most of our prize purse with Ironman race entries.
Yeah.
No, they get good sponsorship monies out of
those
broadcasts.
They get the best.
And we bring more people. It's the main thing is we advertise so they get more age group participation.
Probably.
And that's how they earn their money, I bet. But
yeah, I mean, I hope so.
It's getting more and more valuable on the Ironman side for sure. And we're seeing that, right? They wouldn't be investing more in their broadcast this year if it wasn't a smart investment. And they've seen what the Pro Series has brought, and they're like, oh, probably more sponsor money, probably more whatever. Like, just it's worth it. Everything's gone in the positive direction for Ironman, especially full distance race entries and stuff. Okay, we're going to invest even more in the pro broadcast. And yeah, for whatever reason, it seems to stick with Ironman, and other series tend to struggle to like get the return from pro racing.
Because the brand is it's like Kleenex is tissue. Ironman is triathlon.
It's true.
True.
I need a Kleenex.
Give me a Kleenex. It's not a Kleenex. It's a freaking tissue, man.
This is a no-name brand. I don't want this piece of trash.
This chaps my nose. All right. I think this is a good time to talk about something we should all be considering in the next quarter at least. The functional threshold protocol or whatever.
I have not done one of these, like an actual FTP test, in few years.
Yeah.
Right? It's a testament. It's like, if that's on your schedule on like a Friday and you're on a Monday, you're like, oh, I got to hurt real hard on that day. I got to hurt so hard. But I think it is. It's good practice, I think, because it like, I'm not saying you have to dig that deep frequently, but like even doing a 500 time trial in the pool, like once a month, like it brings a level of intensity that makes race day for pro athletes, at least, like feel like, okay, I know how bad it's going to suck a little bit more now.
Yeah. Yeah. I love getting the old FTP test in. I did one ramp test last year. It wasn't really an FTP test. I might ask Coach Jamesy, hey, you think we should throw one of these in a couple of weeks? Give me something to gear up for. I think the last one I did was, Nick, I think you and I did one on Zwift in like 2020, maybe 2020, 2021.
Wow.
And Nick beat me. He cranked out a 380 something, like a 380 high, and I was a 380 low or something, and he beat me by like 10 seconds in that 10-mile TT.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why, but
I think real strong at that point. You were just crushing it.
Yeah, and then I changed a few things, ruined a few things. Now
they're trying to get it back.
Now we're trying to get it back. But I think protocol-wise, like I even paid for a full year of like the inside testing because I put all my athletes through that testing protocol. And like, I don't know. Here's where this could be a grind my gears topic, but we're not going there today. Anyways, I think the problem I have with all this high-level analytic blood lactate conversations is it does not apply as well to regular athletes. Like, it's fun data to talk about, but it really only applies to these elite pools of athletes who need to spend these really specific amount of times in different zones because every aspect and second and bit of metabolism recovery, the whole ecosystem has to support where you currently are and where you need to be. For age group athletes, like, it's just like a lot of stuff you don't need to really worry about. You just need to learn how to dig really deep, measure what that deep and depth is based off of heart rate and power. And like, if you can get a blood lactate test along with or like a resting metabolic test or a VO2 max test once or twice a year, like those things help a lot. But I mean, watching age group athletes really have to worry and geek out on that stuff. Like it's a lot of extra work. And unless you're really planning to win everything all the time, and you might be, and it's worth it. But for regular people, I don't think you need to worry about it as much.
No, and I'm specifically like am a fan with the athletes that I coach. Unless they specifically ask for FTP tests, I don't like to assign it. I'd rather assign them to do like, I can basically grab data from races, or I like to say, and I plan on doing this with like a couple athletes this summer who are like local to Boulder, like, hey, ride to Jamestown as fast as you can. Like, this is the effort, because it gives you it's a little bit more stimulating versus like on the trainer always. And in real world conditions. For me, like if I were to do an FTP test right now, I would just try to like ride up a mountain as fast as I can for like 30 minutes.
But that will inflate your number.
But if I train outside all the time, why would that?
Well, I mean, just riding uphill on an FTP test does add more torque and your ability. Like it's going to be probably.
Well, it makes it easier to push power. Yeah. But I think it's also applicable. What?
You still have to push the power. Like it.
Yeah.
It makes it easier, but you can't just get away with bad fitness and still. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm the same. I'm of the same mindset, Lisa. Anytime that I have like really hard intervals, I'm like, ooh, I want to find like a 2 or 3% incline the whole time, because it's a lot easier to maintain it. But also, I know it's easier for me to maintain it. So like, what if it's a rolling course or completely flat? Like,
you have to know how to push power on all the above.
Yeah.
Even today, I had 4 by 15 minutes, and I was like, I'm going to do 2 flat and then 2 climbing.
Yeah.
But I do think also it's, as a coach or someone who is like working with athletes on FTP tests, like you just have to know how to apply it. Like if it was only uphill, like maybe you'd take off a couple of watts. But also I think people have a really hard time digging like so deep that sometimes I'll just add an extra like 5-ish, 10 watts onto whatever their baseline was, because I think testing is hard.
I like to do a ramp test like 1 week, and then the next week I like to do like a 2 by 8 minute, or like I don't like to do the straight up 20 minute or anymore, just because I find like that's a real tough thing to nail down perfectly unless you have been seasoned at testing that. Like it's a long time to hurt. Even when you are in that 20 minutes, you might only get like, sometimes you need to go longer, because like that first 5 minutes you may have like been too weak or too strong, and you had to recalibrate. So I like the 2 by 8 minute test.
Yeah. I don't know. I
haven't even done much FTP testing outside of, I used to do 20 minuters, and then I haven't really done anything. Then I did a ramp test, and I guess it depends what are you trying to get out of it. So I like the 20-minute test, whether it be on the trainer or outside or wherever, just as not as a like, this is very important for us to base all the training around whatever this number is. I think it's great to just have it be like, go see how fast, like you said, how fast you can ride, like do a TT or just do a 20-minute and see how hard you can push, and have it be like, you got to, in my opinion, it's not something you do all the time. It's like a once a year thing. And it is a good, if you put it in the schedule at the right time, I think it can be good motivation of like, oh, I'm trying to get a good 20-minute power in 3 weeks. And that's like kind of a race in a sense.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to do. But I don't know if like basing everything, like a coach, in my opinion, the coach should just have a decent idea of where the numbers in training and racing should be based off a bunch of workouts, and how the perceived exertion was and how long they were and how it compared to whatever, than one test. So it's all part of a system, but I think it can be done and be helpful just in like a motivational standpoint, and for learning pacing and for learning how to push yourself. Like Lisa, you said, it's hard to push yourself, but if you do an effort for an FTP test 4 weeks out from your race and you go all out, then it's like, okay, like now, you know, in your race, it's obviously not going to be as hard as you went for that 20 minutes, but you're learning how to push yourself. And that's like part of having good races sometimes.
Yeah. I like the confidence aspect of it too. Sometimes you can do something that shows you what you're made of. And also the flip side is like sometimes you fail it and you feel terrible, and then you're like, well, now I got to do it again and I got to build up. So I think that it's you got to take the athlete into account as to the type of personality, type of result they want. But I do like to see, like, if athletes have been stuck at 208 watts for a while, and I'm like, you've been with us for 6 to 8 months, and I know you've been hitting these thresholds above like 250s and here and there on these 5 to 6 minuters. Like, we should see an increase in your FTP. So if we're not seeing that change, I feel like that's a problem that I like to usually ask, if it's emotional, or you just don't have it, or if you're just not confident, because physically at that point you should be seeing the growth based off the workouts.
Yeah. I will say that the one downside to all the analytics and numbers that we have access to is it can limit you. It can be like, oh, my FTP is 200. So like sometimes even for these tests, it might be better to just don't even look at your power, go as hard as you can for 20 minutes. And then your goal is to max yourself out. And then whatever the number is at the end is great. But that obviously can be athlete to athlete. But I have definitely seen with people like, oh, it looks like you could be working harder on these intervals. Like, oh yeah, but this is my zone. This is my threshold zone. So I'm sticking here. It's like, well, maybe you got better. And like, you haven't just been able to tell yet.
Yeah.
Something I think that is even better and even more reliable. Like I used to do this every year, and I haven't done it probably in 4 years. Every year I'd go to I'd go to San Diego for some reason. And there was a point where I would go from the stop sign down at the taco shop all the way to the top of Mount Palomar. And it's usually like right under an hour, but you go for the full hour as hard as you can. And I was always trying to get closer and closer to like one of the pro doper times that was like 52 minutes or something. And I was like, I think the fastest I got was like 57 minutes. So it was really fast on a TT bike. And every year I did that, and every year I would take a minute or two off of it. And so I think having a hill or a course or something that you ride frequently and you can always use as a gauge, I think that's almost just as valuable, because if you know you've gotten faster on it and maybe the power is the same or whatever, like things could change. Maybe your bike's lighter, maybe you're more aero, whatever. I mean, that's something else athletes forget, is like, just because you pushed more power through whatever distance, like the goal is to almost go faster with less power.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's a little final thing from my camp, is having a repeatable thing that you can do every year just to see, where you are.
I like it.
I love it. And no, you don't need to get a lactate meter. And oh my God, I hear all the time people like, oh, the Norwegians and all their lactate. And I trained with them for a month, almost a month straight. And one workout, they took like 2 lactates, and maybe one other workout, they took 1. That was it for a month.
Yeah.
And they were just doing it for interest, and they were just confirming what they already knew anyways. So,
you do the work, you do it consistently, you keep adding a little bit more, 1 or 2% every few weeks, you're going to get faster and stronger no matter what. As long as you have somebody to make you feel good about it, that's somebody that, is not you, then you can usually keep your head on straight.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. FTP testing. Nice.
Boom.
All right. You briefly touched on swim camp. Did you want to touch on that again? I'd like to hear about it, because it sounds like a really awesome way to like get a huge amount of value out of a few days in terms of telling people what they can take forward into their training.
Yeah, the biggest things I noticed from swim camp, and this is something I've noticed anyways throughout my years of coaching swimmers, is shoulder mobility is often a big limiter. And actuating the shoulder with that little extra reach from the shoulder as you reach and roll, what Jackson was doing right there, that little tiny, like, because anyone can reach from, to look like a stick figure, or a set of goalposts. But if you can reach and then roll that little bit, like we were even doing at camp in Cozumel, like that allows you to turn on the back muscles and to get this early vertical forearm and push and keep that diamond pressure. But if you can't do that, you can't stay long, you can't get longer, and you can't actuate and turn on all those muscles that are strong levers and carry the momentum. So I think that was the biggest thing, seeing lack of shoulder awareness and mobility So those are, you can do dry land stuff. You can do dead hangs. There's all kinds of ways you can turn your shoulders on. And then also kick and pull timing. Those two things, the kick and pull timing, people are over kicking. Slow down, do 1 kick per stroke. If you can teach yourself to do a 2-beat kick, a 1 kick per stroke, and get that timing down and get the hips going, then you're pretty good. Like, those are the 2 main factors that once we shored them up, people were taking a lot of time off their swim and they looked a lot smoother.
That's awesome. Going back to like kind of like that shoulder mobility and position at master swimming, we've had this new tool called like swim bridges, and you attach it to like usually put it by like the flags. If you're more advanced, you can put it further out, and it's like you have to, every time you push off the wall, you have to streamline under the bridge, and if like you come up too early, like you whack the bridge and feel good. But I'm like, as like, my turns and my swim lines are so bad.
Tell me now, don't make it last. Pass or smile,
but like just having
pass or smile. This moment's gone, so make it fast.
But I'm like, I've been sore.
Yeah.
So.
Well, those are like the fundamentals that every good swimmer has, even good triathlete swimmers. So like, if you're in the pool, you ought to train like a swimmer does, because that's how you're going to get better at swimming, not just because you open water swim and that's all you can, like, I don't know. There's no beautiful stroke award. I'll give you that. So like, yes, it doesn't have to look as pretty. It just needs to be really powerful. It needs to work with your body, and it needs to be sustainable. Like, if you can work all those 3 things into your swim programs, like, you'll be a better swimmer. Good.
I like it.
Okay, rolling on
the topic of swimming. I guess I should let everyone know the other news, my side of things, that I've hired a new swim coach. So yes, that means I'm not working with
You fired Greg.
You fired Greg.
You fired Greg. Yeah.
But he's got his own app. How could you do that?
Does he really? Oh, good for him. Anyways, no, I think Greg was doing a great job. I've moved to a new city, and another great swim coach who's more local and has another swimmer he coaches, or a triathlete who's a great swimmer, lives in the same town as me. We swim at the same pool, and I can actually get into the pool with this coach on deck at least once a week, which is I think the most important thing. Is I just need frequent check-ins, and he's a great on deck coach, and he actually does a lot of the same drills as Greg and a lot of the things that I liked about Greg's program. So his name's Dave Hopton, and I've known him for a long time. Yeah, I've known him for a long time. He's a great guy, and he puts so much into the thought behind what he programs for his athletes. Like, he loves what he does. It's his full-time job is coaching. He coaches cross-country running as well at triathlon, and he's developed a lot of great swimmers from like junior up into their 20s being great swimmers and surpassing me. And I'm like, all right, look, this guy's here. It all makes sense. Let's just do it and get a coach looking at what I'm doing. And so I'm stoked for that. So yeah, but thanks to Greg, big thanks for, a good 6-8 months where I did learn some new drills, and I had some good swimming. I had one bad swim, and I had some really solid swims in the last half of last year as well. So building off of that.
I mean, every swim coach is at a disservice if they can't be with you weekly. Like, having a coach on deck, having someone see your body and give you those little critiques about like, oh, you just need to tuck your finger in a little bit faster. Like, those little things, group swimming. If you want to become a better swimmer, go to a group swim. Just look around and get part of the system, and don't be so scared. But Jackson, you're definitely doing exactly what I think you should. Yeah,
I'm stoked about it. It's been it's just great to have consistent training partners too, and it's been a lot better. And
if you can get your 25 yards sprint 50s to 26 seconds, we'll talk.
I don't have any yards pools, so I guess that translates to
30. Yeah, like 29-30 is best I can do usually in meters.
That's ripping. Like, that's I'm a little ways off that for now, but we're making some.
Come on, bud.
I could swim a 30.
Who's depressed? Who wants to talk about depression in triathlon?
I will.
Okay, yeah, you talk about it, because I put this down because I just keep listening to podcasts of everyone's depressed.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I listened to the Daniel Backyard podcast on the Triathlon Hour, the whole interview.
Yeah,
and I think it's like, and he mentioned this many times, as a triathlete, I feel like as a pro triathlete, full-time pro triathlete, we feel like we can't be like, oh, I've been having a hard time, because we're so privileged and we know that to be able to do what we do and do what we love to do. And I thought it was, yeah, I mean, like, he obviously dealt with a lot of stuff, and I think it's hard to come out and talk about that. And I think it was good that he did that. And, you know, people, I don't think you have to feel like guilty if you're struggling. And like, I haven't gone through stuff like that, but even when I have like a rough day mentally or something outside, like, it's like, oh man, like I'm just having a hard time motivating myself. It's good to know that like other people go through that, even pros, like, who have a great life. So
yeah,
I think he's doing the right thing, and he's going to come back and be strong. And like, you know, he's a beast. And it's like so crazy the decisions he's made. He's like, yeah, I had a great coach, but we decided that he's not going to coach me anymore because it's more important that he's like a friend to me right now. And it's like, that takes a huge amount of like a step. So good for him.
Yeah. It was just nice to, I mean, not nice to hear, because you never want to hear someone struggling, but it's just nice to see like a lot of these people at the top, like they're very human. They're very human. They have the same issues. They deal with the same setbacks, the same stuff. And I think everyone can relate to it in some aspect. Even Martin Van Riel was on the Jack's podcast as well, and basically talked about he was dealing with a lot of like mental stuff too, and just like didn't want to train, didn't want to get out of bed, didn't want to talk to anyone. And I think it's just I think triathlon does like attract a lot of the similar type of people who are kind of obsessive and very like more type A, and potentially those people were a little bit more susceptible to like dealing with depression or setbacks, or can't get out of our head, or obsessing over details. But yeah, it was interesting and like super eye-opening to hear both of them talk about it. And yeah, I don't know. I just like, I keep coming back to like, everyone deals with something, like whether it's injuries, whether it's loss of like a person, a partner, like they got broke up with, like you're dealing with financial stuff, like family stuff, like there's always something. Like usually like all of us have something going on in our lives at all times. Like nothing is ever just like, you know, this is like 100% perfect right now. There's always a little something. Like me, my foot right now. Nick, your hip. Jackson just got over a bug.
My hip's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's the other hip.
Yeah.
No, but it's so true. And yeah. I think it's great that usually on like social media, we're sharing about how great our lives are, but also like, you know, it's good to just tell people when things are not awesome.
Yeah.
In a way that I think is supportive of what you're going through too. People don't like to hear complaining, but I think that people like to hear real thoughts, not like blame and victimization and why me. I think that we like to take responsibility for what's going on and put facts to that. I mean, type A people thrive in an environment when you can accomplish a lot of tasks. Yeah. And when things are not working out and you have a lot of open loops, and when people are not supporting you because you feel like you failed them, like then it can spiral. And like, I'll end with a joke in a minute, but I think for starters, like I know when I'm really feeling it, when I've got like a 75-minute or a 90-minute just easy bike ride, and I go for that bike ride and it's awesome. The weather's great, but I just feel like an urge to just like cry about something. But I typically like won't have a full loss of emotion, but I just listen to a song or a book or something. And it makes you still have to deal with the emotional ups and downs of fatigue and the constant relentless every single day grind that we feel like we just can't give up on. So the other part of it is something to remember is everybody's going to laugh, everybody's going to cry, and everybody's going to take painful shits. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be Rihanna, it could be your idol. It could be the most attractive person in the world. It could be a billionaire. Elon Musk even takes a painful shit here and there. He does the same thing. So I'm telling you right now, we are all so alike and so much more connected than we ever imagined. And I've worked with some of the most wealthy people who are the most saddest people, but also I've had the most wealthy people who were also the most gracious, and like there's every version. And your own happiness is going to come from your own level of self-awareness and just not avoiding the problems, right? You can't avoid that shit because all that happens is you end up crying on a bike ride because you realize you've been avoiding it.
Oh God. You've had it. We've all had them. Those days we go to train and we're like, I just want to pull over and shed a little tear here for a moment, and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
And then it's happened. It's happened for real.
Or just go start the bike ride, do a lap around the neighborhood, and call it there. Because you don't want to.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
One time I drove 45 minutes, sat in the parking lot for 45 minutes, and then drove all the way back home because I was like, I can't. I want to, but then I feel bad that I want to. And then if I tried, I know I'd feel bad, and then I'd feel worse because I felt bad. It's like, what's going to happen.
Was that when you lived in Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, quickly on the biking topic, Nick, we got to get into Monday fun days for the bike.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been doing doing Fridays, and you bailed on us, bud.
I'm still waiting for my invite.
How about Monday Fun Day? Because you just said you did a bike workout inside on a Monday.
I did, yeah.
I've already got one scheduled.
Just invite me sometime.
6 a.m. Mountain Time, Nick? Is that too early?
Oh, that's way too
I think so. I've been doing 7 Mountain Time because that's 9 for you.
Okay, I'll probably start and do a long warm up because I'm on the.
I'll start at 6. I don't care.
I could do my easy run first. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll make it work.
Figure it out.
All right. Pass or smash.
No, wait. Someone put what would you want for your birthday?
Well, birthday? Yeah, my birthday's soon, and well, no. I just notes. I want to know what do you ask for your birthday these days?
As an adult, yeah. Don't even ask me. I don't want shit. I'm an adult.
For Lisa, I'm gonna say some kind of thing that can maybe help her to not get injured, recovery tool, red light therapy stuff, or something like that.
Red light therapy, we're all on it.
I Steve asked me, and I was like, I want a sauna. I want a sauna right there. I want one right there. Jackson, do you still have your sauna?
No, stayed with the old house, and then now we really want a sauna, and we're trying to figure out how to do it. We might get one of those indoor infrared ones, but then there's you can get ones that actually get really hot, but they're really expensive. And so,
infrared company out there really
that wants to sponsor me. I would love that so much. Oh my God, a recovery sponsor. We have this perfect little room in the basement that's it's got the rough-ins for a bathroom. So it's the perfect size where we could put a small 2-person sauna and an ice bath or something. It'd be the best recovery room ever. Put some
you can make such good content out there.
Oh,
you have to be half naked though. It's the only way that content slaps.
Yeah.
This
is true.
So anyways, for real, anyone works for a sauna company or has a connection, let me know. Let us all know. We all want a sauna.
Let us know. I want one so bad right there, just outside.
Go to Costco. You can get one for $3,000.
You can actually get a steam sauna thing for $300.
I don't want that.
No, it's a little bit broke dick. You want some real stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Or what you can do, which is what I did, is you find the local company who has all that stuff they've already done. You just do work for them, and then they'll give you a membership.
I don't want a membership. We have a sauna at the gym. I want to get off my bike and into the sauna, not drive 20 minutes.
Okay, whatever. Fine, make it work for you.
Nick finds a way to just drive 10 minutes 73 times a day, and still it doesn't interrupt his workflow at all. He's just I'll write peaks while I'm driving.
No, the place I go is actually 5 minutes from the gym. It's right then. I go hit it right in the evening. So anyways, we'll get you a sauna. Don't worry, I'll find somebody to donate one. All right, let's move on to pass or smash, and we'll go through these pretty quick. All right, I'll narrate them, and you guys, and I'll give the final of my thoughts. Watching anything on TV these days, pass or smash?
Oh,
not streaming,
or just watching anything. Just watching.
I literally haven't watched a TV show in ages. I'm gonna say pass because I'll watch YouTube or I'll watch the freaking Olympics. Does that even count?
That's on TV.
Still
you're streaming it. Screen time, or just screen time that's not social media.
Like if like, hey, I'm going to turn on the television, figure out what to, like. There's about a billion things that just what to watch, what show, what network, what service do I even subscribe to? All of them probably.
So you watch YouTube, Jackson. So you got to smash it.
Smash, I guess.
Yeah. I'm going to smash it just because there's a couple TV shows I'm really into, like The Pit right now. It's really good. And the Olympics. I'm like obsessed with it. Yeah.
The Olympics is the only smash, but otherwise I'd say pass. Like it's just garbage.
Yeah.
But you watch YouTube, so you like deep dive into like what was the ruins of 1922 of
Yeah, that's on my phone. For 5 minutes before I go to bed.
All right.
All right. Next one. Swimming outside when it's snowing in a warm pool.
Smash.
I think I've done that once in St. George and it was awesome.
It's magical.
It does feel good. All right. Hitting up a more expensive grocery store than normal. Feeling a little frilly?
Once in a while I'll smash that, but generally I do it and I'll be like, oh, just get a couple things. And I'm like, oh, this was $400. Okay.
Yeah, I go for more convenience. Got a grocery store 400 meters that way. That's a King Soopers.
Well, they built the Sprouts right next to the gym, so I'm fucked.
Nick's never gone to the best grocery store story ever was from when Nick came to visit me in 2018, I think it was, in Guelph, and stayed with me for a couple weeks, and we did some training. And this is like, we didn't know each other that well. He's just like, hey, can I come train with you? I was like, sweet. And then we went and raced a 70.3 steelhead or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, he comes and he shows up and I'm like, all right, let's go get some groceries. And we went to No Frills, like any triathlete would. And he's like, I wouldn't mind a few frills.
And I was like, can I get a frill or something? And then he takes me to this other place.
Obviously didn't know him that well yet. So I've never tried to take him to No Frills since then.
Then he takes me to all the frills and I'm like, damn, this place is a ripoff.
I was like, no, don't worry. $1 is only like the $2 is only one of your dollars. And he's like, oh, okay, we're good.
Yeah, it was all right. All right, next one. Dating a triathlete.
Pass.
Smash.
Pass. Only one crazy person in my relationship. It's got to be me.
Disc wheel on a group ride.
Yeah, this is for Jackson. Disc wheel on a group ride. Pass or smash?
Smash that if you're on a tri bike.
Get me out of here. I will travel with a whole extra luggage if I don't have to ride a disc wheel except for race day. Pass.
Yeah, I'm going to pass that too.
All right. This happens all the time in Utah specifically. I don't know if it's happening elsewhere in the world, but mid-thigh shorts followed by full leg tights. The bros be wearing this. Or one
like
tight
for
only.
running or cycling?
No, just being in the gym. Like, hey, I got shorts on that are kind of short, but I'm going to put tights on. Or just one tight. I've seen that.
This is just reminds me of like a high school thing. I actually made fun of Steve because like he ran a couple weeks ago and he like wore tights and then put shorts over, and I was like, remind me of high school like cross country.
I can't show my butt, and I don't want anyone to see my area up front. I don't want to see the silhouette.
Yeah, pass. I don't do that. I did that in high school, but I don't do that now.
Yeah.
All right. If you're in your 30s, get out. Just wear the tights only. Just let the butt sequence just be there. It's what they want. All right. Pass or smash. Hydration vest for a 5K.
I'm gonna pass.
Does anybody do that? I don't think anybody.
Yeah,
does.
people. I've seen her do it.
Well, it depends on how long they take at it. Like if it's an hour and there's no aid stations, like you might need some water.
There's always an aid station.
I mean, even at full walk speed, like an hour is kind of a long time.
Yeah.
Most people can walk like a 13-minute mile.
Yeah, it's true.
All right.
Thanking 17 sponsors and one caption. I will smash that once a year only. Once a year, at the end of the year after your last race, you're like, thanks everyone for all the support this year. Boom. It's important.
Or like announcing at the beginning of the year, like stoked to this awesome lineup of people. Pew.
Nope. Pass. Never doing it for me. Not once. All right. Wearing a visor backwards.
That was pretty sick. I feel like that's like a Peloton instructor look.
This happens.
I don't know. I just like who wears visors anymore. Like and I will say like the first like couple years of racing pro triathlon, I wore visor. But
Yeah, visors were a thing back in the mid 2000s.
Yeah, but I don't see people really wearing visors much anymore.
Yeah,
I just wear that Omnius headband thing and pretend that it.
Yeah, because that's proven to work not at all, scientifically at least.
I feels cold, so it works.
I know the placebo's real. I'd say for sure. It was funny back in the military. Everyone would have like a supervisor, like my supervisor. It'd be like your like intermediate boss, and I would always say like, guys, I don't want you to think about me as a supervisor. I don't have half the coverage. I'm a super hat. I have full coverage of everybody. So I'd always like talk shit about supervisors because I was a full coverage. Anyways, all right, last one. Looking at getting sick is a positive for weight loss.
I think I'd rather keep
unanimous pass, right?
Yeah, I'd rather keep on a couple pounds and not get sick.
Some people are like, well, at least I don't have to work out. I was sick for a whole week. I lost 8 pounds.
I mean, I guess if you're not in the space we're in and you're just a regular person who's got some poundage to lose, why not look on the bright side?
All right. Well, I think we'll finish off with just a couple short little nuggets towards things that are spinning our crank in the right direction, which are positive. Because if you can put more watts to the crank, you're doing good. I'm going to skip the first one because that was nobody knows that but Garrick, unfortunately, and he's not here. Ironman moving the coverage to YouTube. It's supposed to be good, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's exciting.
I like that.
I think that'll be good. I mean, anything we can do that's sport forward and positive to supporting like everything, like I'm about it. I'm here for it. The next one, spinning my crank, because actually this is like a partnership I wanted to have for a long time. The Pillar Performance Partnership. Not only because I have loved the magnesium taste, but like now they got vitamins. Now I'm taking vitamin C. Now I'm taking all these fish oils and joint stuff. Like it feels good to have a partner that like has all of the wellness stuff, not just sports nutrition. So I'm stoked on that one. Lisa, how's Blanks doing? They got all that stuff going on over there?
Yeah, they don't have magnesium yet, but they've got like they're definitely branching into like the aminos and the creatine, which is great.
Ooh,
but
nice.
also like, I mean, I'm big like Pillar is great. I've taken their magnesium a lot. And it's nice because they triple magnesium. They're from New Zealand, right?
Either that or
Australia.
I don't want. You can't mess that up. You might just cancel our entire partnership.
No, shoot. They're from the Oceania region.
I'm pretty sure it's Australia. I could be wrong. Anyways, so the other thing I think we're going to announce that's going to be cool is we finally got most of this structured. Is RTS, this podcast, will be powered by Training Peaks, which is, for what I think, a very huge partnership. Training Peaks, if you think about it, they've just been like chilling in the background for however long. But by the way, how much data do they have of everybody's training ever? Like since 2010 or 12 for me, like whatever. They've got all my shit. I can look back and see what I did when I was a little puny, one power to 1 watt per kilogram racer, nothing. So that's cool. I think like having a company that I've engaged with and I've used to schedule the lives of all of my clients for like 12 years now. Like Training Peaks has been the tempo of life. And I think it's great. They're starting to get more of a voice in the sport and say like, let's tell you how to use Training Peaks better. That's the biggest thing we're going to do is do webinars about how to use the data, how to use the integrations, how to whatever else they start bringing into it. And even like, I haven't really used it yet, but their virtual ride platform is supposed to get really good in the future, and I've used it. It's all on one platform. So I mean, yeah, it's great. Not that I don't like, the other, like I've been on Zwift forever and I'm still not a level 100 somehow, which is so dumb. Jackson's been in it for like 5 years.
How do you get to like, I'm on level 45.
Yeah, by riding on the freaking trainer and riding Zwift more than once every 3 weeks in the winter.
It's so hard. Level 100, I'm like 70. I'm barely 71, and I've been
Are
riding
you
Zwift.
serious? I feel
Yeah.
like half your rides haven't been saving.
I don't know. For being on Zwift for as long as I've been on it, I don't know. I'm gonna have to write him a letter.
Okay, wait. You keep talking for a minute. I'm gonna look up how much. So I've ridden 77 days on Zwift.
It tells you that?
Of riding time. Yeah.
Does
go
it
to
like?
your profile?
You have to go to your companion app and look it up.
Yeah.
Can you go on the desktop version?
Version.
Yeah, it might if you go to your profile, but you'll have to launch with the app. So I've done 40 days.
All right,
23
that
hours.
adds up. I've almost done double as much hours as you on Zwift, so that's why.
Yeah, 18,044 or 448 miles. Oh wait, how about elevation? I've done 1,223,000.
Elevation. Oh, feet. Okay, so 372,000 meters, and I've done 633,000 meters.
Jeez, bud.
6,000.
633,000 meters. That's around 2 million feet of elevation gain. It's a lot. So 77 days, obviously, times 24 is how many hours? A lot of hours.
Ooh! I found mine.
1.5 million hours.
Okay, I have ridden 11 days and 13 hours.
Week.
There you go. So 7 times more than you I've done. So that adds up.
Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, and 260,000 feet.
Nice.
But
That's
not really,
solid.
because I always put it in like the flat road mode. I don't
Yep.
actually like go up and down. And not erg. I don't use that either. I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Okay, Zwift. It's a great training tool. Training
But-
Peaks has a good one too. So I
It is.
actually might
I
have to try
used it.
You
I
should
have
try it.
used-
We'll get you dialed in. If you have Training Peak, the best part about the Training Peaks one is like if you have a premium Training Peaks account, it'll be included, so you don't have to pay extra. And Zwift is like it's like I hate having to ask anybody for more and more subscriptions just because like that shit adds up.
Yeah, it is. Training Peaks. I have a lot of athletes I coach that use Training Peaks Premium because I'm like, or Training Peaks Virtual, just because it's like you already pay for it, so just use it. And
And
has
it
a lot
runs
of
your-
same bells and whistles as Zwift.
Yeah. In the future, we'll see. Maybe they can all combine and create one video game platform that's way cooler. I can play it on PS5. Well,
Pass your cordless drill.
well, that was today's episode. A lot of caught up on some random stuff, some testing, some stuff happening. Lisa hopefully can get us on with Scott DeRue in the next couple weeks. I know that's going back and forth. Good job, Lisa. Oceanside's coming up, and that's not the season opener anymore. Little Elm is the season opener apparently.
And we got a lot of like a big contingent potentially
know.
heading down there with
I kind of
Dubrick.
bummed I'm not going.
I know. It's like I feel like we're missing out, but like Mark Dubrick will be there. Maybe Mintu.
Oh yeah,
Liz.
Liz.
Lucia. Emma Skog. And Kenzie Cook. She's on RTSX. I think that's all.
Mhm.
But like still like a pretty big contingent. Oceanside will have a couple more people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oceanside. We're gonna have a party house, so look for us out there as we're getting into that realm.
Past life Jackson would have been on Dallas Little Elm, Oceanside,
And Texas.
Texas
Texas,
and St. Anthony's.
and
And
St.
Chatty.
Anthony's, and Chatty. And now I'm only doing 2 of those. So
Yeah.
growth,
Woo!
people. Growth is important.
I think I'm gonna do Oceanside, Texas, and then Gulf Coast, and then Roth.
You should do Oceanside, Texas. Give yourself a little bit more time and do Chattanooga because you get an extra week of rest. So
Yeah, I mean that's a backup for sure. Chattanooga is also a big love of mine. Love
Yeah.
that place.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Maybe I'll put my name on both and just pay the extra money up front. Just
sweet,
in case.
I'll start looking for Airbnbs.
Okay. All right. Great episode, kids. Everyone's healthy, rested. Next week, we should expect 20-watt increase on the FTP. So no big deal. Or you're fired. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following. If you like anything, subscribe. Check the show notes for discount codes from Pillar. And we are stoked to be powered by Training Peaks. Peace out.
Out.
Tuh.